Texas, welcome to 12 News Plus. We're going to take a detailed look at your forecast over the next 15 minutes. Right now, it looks like, well, clear skies. It's turning cold out there right now. This view of downtown Beaumont, Packard, La Prairie, currently 50 degrees. The winds have gone calm. The air is very dry with no clouds. We're going to fall pretty quickly down to the lower 30s here, at least in Beaumont, even colder up in the lakes area and outlying areas. Part of the Roofing 911 Skycam network. In your allergy report, the good news is that mold is down today. We're at moderate levels. Tree pollen is at moderate levels, and weed and grass pollen are at low levels across southeast Texas. So here's the plan over the next 7 days. Freezing low temperatures tomorrow with a cool afternoon for your hump day, looking at lots of sun and low humidity. A big warm up. A windy Friday across southeast Texas. The dry weather persists, even though we have another cold front coming in. Early Saturday morning, it looks like there's not going to be that much of a reduction in temperatures, still above normal, even after the front comes through, as the dry weather persists over the next 7 days. And what's interesting is that we go from about 30 in Beaumont, and just 2 days later, we're up to near 80 degrees coming up on Friday. Big warming trend, thanks to southwest winds and lots of sun. So our yo-yo temperature forecast certainly looking interesting across the area. So tonight, as you head towards tomorrow morning, we're looking at lows in the mid to upper 20s lakes, closer to 30 in the triangle. Make sure your elderly friends have heat. Use caution heating your homes. Talking about space heaters, things of that nature. Be careful heating your homes. A lot of houses catch fire this time of year because of that simple process of trying to heat your home. Pets, make sure they're brought in or at least have warm bedding, and your pipes. I think most of us are going to be okay. No need to drip here in the triangle with a light freeze. Up in the lakes area, maybe, possibly, if you have some really exposed plumbing and you're up, say, maybe north of 190, you might want to do that, but I think most of us should be in pretty good shape. As far as the plants, if you got anything you want to save, either bring them in, put them in the greenhouse, or at least cover them as we are expecting frost overnight and tomorrow morning. So 26 possible, 27, 28, 29 up in the lakes area, and maybe around 30, 31 to 32. This is going to be a light freeze in the triangle. We have certainly seen colder weather, but again, it's mainly up towards the lakes area that's going to really see the colder weather up that way. And it looks like about 3 hours of freezing temperatures here in the triangle. If we see that, I don't think we'll see a freeze in Port Arthur. So I'm going to go with a high of 63. This is my forecast tomorrow. We'll see west to southwest winds, lots of sun, low humidity. So it's going to be a chilly day across southeast Texas. Modeling shows about 31, a little bit warmer than me, but lots of sun. We're pretty close. And up in the lakes area, I think about 62. Southwest winds after calm winds in the morning. We'll go southwest real light in the afternoon, lots of sun. Pretty simple forecast. I want colder weather up there in the lakes. That 33 is just not right. This is modeling right here that you see here. I show you my forecast and then the model. And I think it's going to be colder than 33 in Jasper, Texas coming up tomorrow. I like about 28. And tomorrow afternoon, about 62. Okay, that's good. Lots of sun, no rain, obviously, and very low humidity across the area. Normally here in Beaumont, we should see a high of about 63. Tomorrow, we expect about normal, 63. We'll add 7 to that on Friday or on Thursday, and Friday's the big day that we expect a really nice warm up. Could see highs approaching, say, 80 degrees coming up on Friday. So quite a turnaround as spring really takes hold, and that is going to be a windy day on Friday. We could see southwest winds at times up to 25 miles an hour, and southwest winds are warming winds. So that is certainly going to kick the warming trend into gear. Saturday morning before dawn, we expect a cold front to come through. It's not a strong one. It knocks temperatures down just a bit, but and it doesn't last real long. So a couple days of slightly cooler weather, and then we start warming things back up as we head towards Monday and Tuesday of next week, well into the mid-70s. As far as rainfall, don't expect any rain, even though we have a cold front coming up Saturday morning, modeling very dry over the next 7 days. So this means the drought will likely worsen across the area. Now this, like I said, this is the long-range European model. It's usually the wettest model, and it doesn't show anything the next 7 days. Only had 0.02 of an inch yesterday, and it has given up on that. Any precipitation will be off towards our south and east. So again, not the best of news as far as the drought across southeast Texas. Tomorrow afternoon, we're expecting very dry air over the area, very low relative humidities. The good news is that the winds will be light, so consequently, it doesn't look like a real big wildfire threat across our area tomorrow. Looks like low to moderate conditions. When you get into the moderate phase or index, fires may start easily, but they spread slowly, so there's room to be able to contain them. And that's because the winds are going to be very light across southeast Texas coming up tomorrow afternoon. Otherwise, quickly falling across our area as we take a look at our Pro Roofing Concepts satellite and radar loop. At least at the airport, it's already down to 37 in Jasper, and 42 to 46, 41 to 46 here in the Triangle under clear skies. And again, winds going calm with that low humidity. These are dew points. So in other words, Jasper is at 37. Their dew point is at 32. When their temperature and their dew point become equal, then you get 100% relative humidity. And that means you can start forming frost. So we expect frost in the lakes area. Our dew point in Beaumont is at 25. No, we're not going to reach that, but the dew point will likely come up as we head towards morning. Regardless, the air is basically dry. There's nothing on satellite, and the winds are going calm. So this is a perfect prescription for radiational cooling. What did you just say? Well, that means that the limited heat that we saw from the sun that warmed up the ground and warmed us up into the lower 50s this afternoon will be very easily transmitted back out into space, thus driving temperatures down well into the 30s, maybe even the 20s across our area. So right now we're looking at temperatures actually warmer in Austin and Amarillo, which are further west and north of our area. We're colder because we're closer to the area of cold high pressure over East Texas and over our region. Look how clear the skies are. The winds are calm, and they've got some high cloudiness off that way. Otherwise, that high coupled with those clear skies really going to help to drive down those temperatures as we head towards tomorrow morning. No records are expected, but certainly a chilly morning. I think we'll get close to maybe the mid to upper 20s in the lakes area. It's certainly possible tomorrow morning with frost that way. And, 30, 31, 32, 34 here in the Triangle thereabouts is what I'm expecting in the Triangle. And then we start warming things up tomorrow afternoon as the warming trend kicks in, as southwesterly winds kick in, and that high moves away from our area. That will certainly begin warming things up. We expect highs under sunny skies on your hump day to be into the low to mid 60s, and that's New Year's Eve, and it looks pretty good for New Year's Eve at this time. Dry northwesterly flow. Look at this. That is just wonderful weather as we say goodbye to 2025. This is a ridge of high pressure right here, and that's another reason that we're seeing great weather across our area. Ridge of high pressure means dry weather over our area. Our next weather maker is this over in the Pacific, the Eastern Pacific. This is what's going to be our next cold front. It's basically going to go up and over and then into our area as we work on into, say, Friday night into Saturday morning. Watch what happens. There it goes, moving into California and then coming into the southwestern U.S. This is what's going to bring us our cold front as we head towards early Saturday morning. Likely the front will be here before daybreak Saturday morning. Unfortunately, no rainfall, but it will bring and continue to keep us in a dry weather pattern. Then look at this, pretty impressive. Nice ridge of high pressure through the weekend, and that means beautiful weather, dry weather unfortunately, and more of the same as we head towards Tuesday. Now Tuesday, we'll be watching this trough of low pressure crashing ashore California's west coast, and there'll be probably lots of cloud cover over California and over the southwest, and that cloudiness will likely be translated into Texas. So we'll go with partly cloudy, maybe even partly sunny skies as we head towards next Tuesday, but there's somewhat of a ridge right over Texas, and that's not what you want for rainfall. That's a weak ridge, so it appears that we will likely see more dry weather across our area through the next 7 days. Just don't have a lot to show you right now because there's just not a lot going on, and that's what happens when you get high pressure. So for the Gulf tomorrow, looking at ideal boating conditions, looking at mostly smooth seas around a foot. We'll see light northwest and west winds at 5 to 10 knots, water temperature 64. Only one high tide at Sabine Pass at 2:31 p.m. Our forecast tonight, cold. Likely to see frost across the area. It could get down to 26, 27 in the lake, certainly 28. I feel real comfortable about that. And here in the Triangle, 30, 31 along I-10 is possible. Maybe 34 in towards Port Arthur, so maybe Mid-County, Fannett, maybe Bridge City northwards. We'll see freezing temperatures right on through Silsbee up into the lakes area as winds go calm. Again, no problems as far as our forecast tomorrow. Beautiful weather expected tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon after a cold start. Should climb into the lower to mid 60s with, again, low humidity and a southwesterly wind flow developing tomorrow afternoon. And that will warm things up. In fact, if we take a look at the 7-day forecast, we go to 31 tomorrow morning in Beaumont. We could be almost, almost 30 degrees warmer Friday morning than Wednesday morning. So big warming trim as we welcome in 2026. It looks like we will see almost ideal conditions. At least it will be dry this New Year's Eve. No problems as far as any travel, as far as the weather. No fog. No rain, roads will be dry, so good travel conditions across our region. If you're going to Louisiana or over towards Texas or over towards maybe Houston, no problems as far as that goes. I think it'll be about 43, I should say, by midnight as we welcome in 2026, and then we expect lows to drop into the upper 30s as we head on in to Thursday morning. Otherwise, that begins that southwesterly flow. We expect a high near 70 coming up on Thursday. And then Friday, those winds are really going to be pretty breezy. Looks like wind gusts could be around 25 miles an hour across our area. And again, that's a warming wind flow. And so that will help warm us up, certainly in the mid 70s. And some of us may hit 79, 80 degrees as we work on in to Friday afternoon with mostly sunny skies ahead of our next cold front. And that next cold front is going to arrive Saturday morning with little fanfare. And as you can see, it does not do much on temperatures. It maybe shaves off a few degrees, but as you can also see, that's above normal. Normal highs are 63, so we don't even get close to that. So even though we have a cold front coming through, we'll still see above normal temperatures after its arrival and pushing through our area. As you can see, there's the front. No showers, no rain. It's all off towards our east. The winds will turn from the southwest to the north as we head towards Saturday afternoon. The drier air mass filters on in, so no rain. Looks like lots of sun on Saturday. Good looking weekend for the first weekend of 2026 with low humidity. And then as we head on into Monday and Tuesday of next week, a ridge of high pressure will be overhead, so no rain. And it looks like those highs will warm back on up into the mid 70s. So that's your 7-day forecast on 12 News Plus. If you're just joining us, it looks like a cold night across southeast Texas, as I expect those low temperatures to really drop into maybe the upper 20s in the lakes, mid to upper 20s in the lakes area. It's around 30 to the lower 30s in the Triangle. But as I said, by Friday afternoon, we could be close to the mid to upper 70s across southeast Texas. So you'll want to take care of people, pets, plants, pipes. I think we're going to be okay. Maybe a few of you that live extremely far north of maybe north of 190, if you have some exposed pipes, maybe drip. But I think the main issues will be pets, plants, and people. Be careful heating your homes across